Hello YouTube, and today I am reviewing the complete 7th series, the BBC Shop exclusive. And before I actually look at the content inside, let's have a look at the actual artwork, or whatever you want to call it, display thing, what the actual discs come in. So yeah, let's have a look. Okay, so here is the actual box set. It's done like the TARDIS. It's not much like the Silent Head, it's sort of 3D. And yeah, so if we look at the spine, we have Doctor Who, the complete 7th series, and I do like the back. It's much like the series 7, part 2 sort of opening title sequence. I'll just show you quickly this little bit of card. Complete 7th series limited edition, because this is exclusive to BBC Shop. It doesn't actually have a limited edition number, which is a bit of a shame really. Then we've got what the actual set is like, and then we have the discs themselves, and on the back we have a list of the extras and a bit of text about what the series is about. That's the way the discs come in. Now we're going to look at the actual inside the box itself. Okay, so if we open it up, we have a picture of Matt Smith from the Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS. Then we have the main cast there, and then some guest stars, and then again what the series is about, and then we have some production sort of stuff about the series. So move on to the next page. We have the sort of Asylum of the Daleks movie posters. Now this, I've got to say, is a bit overused, and there we have the disc, and then we have the stories. Now this, the Doctor, the Widow and Wardrobe, wasn't going to be on this DVD set because of some weird reason, but America were getting it on their complete 7th series, and the UK fans quite rightly sort of kicked off saying, hang on, if Americans are getting that episode, why can't we? So luckily we did get that, because I didn't own this singly, so it's very good for me. And then we have some pictures from the stories themselves. So on this disc contains Widow and the Wardrobe, Asylum of the Daleks, and Dinosaurs in a Spaceship. I'll just quickly show you how to remove the disc. So you basically get your thing around there, and you can hear this sort of scraping. Now when you first get the box set, if you do get it, they are quite hard to sort of get out. They're sort of stuck, if you like, but be careful just in case you do snap the discs. And to get them back in, it's quite simply like that, and then you just press down just to see if it's actually in. And then again we have the Town Called Mercy, Power Free, Angels Take Manhattan, pictures there from the story. And we move into Series 7 Part 2 with the snowman picture there. Oddly, it has 2 pictures of the Bell of St. John, which is rather strange. The disc. I'll show you the discs in more detail in a minute. And we have Cold War, and then we have Cold War High, Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS, and then pictures. And then, yeah, if I get onto the other page, if it will let me open it. There we are. And we have this. I do like the Nightmare in Silver poster, I do like that. And then the disc, and then the stories themselves there, and some more pictures. And then we have a poster from Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS. Okay, so I'm going to quickly show you the discs in more detail, and then I'm going to go sort of a mini review of the stories, and then bonus content on the set, and then my overall thoughts on the box set. Disc 1, Disc 2, Disc 3 there with the Paternoster gang. Then this is probably my favourite sort of artwork for the disc, because it's sort of new, if you get what I mean by that, with the Ice Warrior and Clara. It's sort of like the Target novelisation of the Ice Warriors sort of cover. Then we have Disc 5. There's the discs. Now let's go on to the mini review. Okay, so what are my thoughts on these stories? So the Doctor, the Widow and the Wardrobe. When it first aired, I sort of hated it. I despised it, but I rewatched it last year, I think, and I enjoyed it a bit more, but it's still probably the weakest Christmas episode. Silent of the Daleks, I do actually like that, and I am going to try and do a video about my sort of guilty pleasure Doctor Who stories. Bar the 2 criticisms, what I've got is the continuity of the Daleks and the saying that every Dalek designed in that story. Then we have Dinosaurs in a Spaceship. That's hit or miss for me. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I hate it. And move on to the Town Called Mercy. This is probably one of the best stories from Series 7 Part 1, because it really does show Matt's sort of range as an actor, and for his doctor, really, once he found out what Carla Jex was doing, his doctor just completely changed, and I just love that when he sort of got the gun and he's saying, I don't know if I would or not. Power of Free, people are going to probably dislike me for saying this, I don't actually mind it, bar the only criticism I've got is the ending. It's literally, the sonic screwdriver can get me out of this one. Oh look, it's all better now. Angels Take Manhattan, over sort of rated. I just thought that could have been a two-parter and it would have been a lot better. The Snowman, probably my favourite Christmas episode. Bells of St. John, I love that story. I love the idea of the Wi-Fi. Rings of Akaten, I don't know, I don't mind it, but I suppose the only redeeming feature for me is probably the speech what Matt does, about I've seen things you wouldn't understand. But I think that story could have been a two-parter, because it would have been a lot more eerie and give the monsters a bit more time. Cold War's probably my favourite out of Series 7 Part 2. It is the shortest new series episode because it's 40 minutes, I think, and it's brilliant. Bar the Ice Warrior sort of what came out of its suit, I didn't really like that idea, but it was well done. Bar the reveal of the head. Hyde, that's okay. Journey to the Centre of TARDIS, that's okay again. Crimson Horror. Now, people may hate me for saying this. I'm not a fan of the Paternoster gang. I just think they're not really necessary. That's more of a kiddie appeal, I think. Paternoster gang, that's why they're probably in the first Peter Capaldi episode. But I don't mind it, it's quite a good story once the Doctor's sort of back in it. Nyma and Silver, I expected a lot more for this story. Again, this story could have been easily a great little two-parter, but Moffat's grand idea of doing the standalone stories don't really work for me. I mean, Neil Gaiman had a tough job, and apparently they cut loads of this story out, and it just makes me sad that this could have been a two-parter, and yet they had to cut it all out just to keep Moffat happy. Name of the Doctor, that's okay. So yeah, that's my mini review on these stories. Okay, so the bonus content is the prequel to the Doctor, Widow and Wardrobe and the Simon of the Daleks, and then we have behind the scenes of the Simon of the Daleks and Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, and that's basically the special features for that. Disc 2, we have Pond Life Comic Con, that takes snippets of Comic Con in 2011 or 2012, I'm not sure, and it talks about, has bits of the panel, and it just shows a bit of extra footage and stuff like that. And then we have a Wild Wild Spain and Making a Gunslinger. Most of these extras have been released on BBC's sort of YouTube page, but I'll just quickly show you them. Making a Gunslinger, Fall with Grace, Writer's Tale, Last Day of the Pond. I do like Last Day of the Ponds. Disc 3, we have Snowmen Commentary, Clara's White Christmas, Vaster Investigate, prequel, Children in Need Special, The Great Detective, Demons Run 2 days later, prequel to the Bells of St. John. I do actually like that prequel. I think it's quite cool and stuff. Then we have the Making of the Rings of Akaten and Bells of St. John and Doctor in the USA, where it explores when the Doctor visits America and stuff like that. Disc 4, we have Cold War commentary. I do actually like that commentary because Mark Gatiss sort of hints some few ideas about the Ice Warrior's future return. And then we have Hyde with Matt Smith doing commentary with the director, I think it's James Payne, I think. And that's just a brilliant little commentary. And then we have the script to screen, Good as Gold. Then we have the Making of Cold War, Hyde and Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS. And the Science of Doctor Who, not with Brian Cox, it's the American version. And disc 5, we have the Crimson Horror commentary, Clarence and the Whispermen, the Companions, which starts off talking about Clara, and it's really good, but then it starts to talk about sort of the other it loses focus and it starts to sort of talk about Rose a lot more. I'm not a big fan of Rose. I don't mind her in series 1, but when she's with David Tennant, I sort of despise her. Then we have the 3 exclusive prequels: Infrarium, Clara and the TARDIS, Rain God, sorry. And yeah, I do like all those little 3 episodes. Rain God's probably my favourite one. It's a lot of fun. She Said, He Said, which is the prequel to The Name of the Doctor. Behind the scenes on creating Clara. That's brilliant. I do like that. It explores the development of Clara. The Crimson Horror, The Nightmare in Silver, and The Name of the Doctor making. That's all the bonus content. Now let's go on to my overall thoughts on this box set. So what are my overall thoughts on the complete 7th series limited edition BBC shop thing? Yeah, the only major difference really is the way it's displayed. I mean, there are some ways what you could make it a bit better, and here are some improvements I would say. Each character, rather than the main cast, should have its own little page. So on this page we could have Rory, but because Rory doesn't get, really any page to himself because he's sort of gone, and then Angel Sake Manhattan, he's behind there. So this could be Amy, and this could be Clara, the Doctor, and I'll get to a page, probably River Song, so River be on that page. So yeah, that would be an improvement. You're not getting any bonus stuff. It would have been nice if we sort of got some exclusive photos or some art cards or something like that, just to make it look a bit better, really. So you're paying a bit extra for this, but all you're getting is a TARDIS done as a book, really, with DVDs inside. I suppose that's like the light at the end, but that's a bit better because you're getting a lot more extras than the standard one. Whereas this, you're just getting the book, the TARDIS, sort of in book form. So yeah, would I recommend this? I would only recommend this if you are a sort of collector of Doctor Who. But this is easier miss. But if you want to get Series 7, then I would probably suggest just get the standard one, unless you really want to get this. But I do actually like it, but I would only recommend this for sort of die-hard collectors, or if you're a big fan of Series 7, really. I just wanted to get this to see what it was like, and yeah, it's okay. So yeah, this has been my review of the complete 7th series. My next review is of a Patrick Troughton story, The Moonbase, where he first encountered the Cybermen, because he has quite a few battles with the Cybermen, the Second Doctor. But yeah, this has been my review of the complete 7th series, BBC Shop Limited edition. So yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.